Okay, so let's continue our discussion about matrices. So, ngayon naman sa determinants tayo. Determinants is a scalar valued function whose domain is a set of square matrices. So, para makuha mo yung yung determinant ng isang matrix, dapat yung matrix mo is a square matrix. If not, hindi mo makukuha yung determinants niya. So, ang symbol for determinants is the name of the matrix enclosed with brackets like the symbol for absolute value. So kapag ganito, ibig sabihin, it is the determinant of matrix A. Okay? So evaluation of determinants, diagonal scheme method. So yung diagonal scheme method natin is ganito ginagawa. Find the determinant of A. So we have this matrix A. So, sa diagonal scheme method, ang gagawin natin is to, of course, yung mga diagonal sa matrices natin. This is one diagonal and another diagonal. But how do we do it? So, uunahin natin is yung pataas. Hindi, yung pababa. Ito, si 2 and 3. So, this will be equal to, in getting the determinants, multiply natin si 2 and 3. Tapos, yung pataas naman is 4 times 1. So, this will be equal to 4 times 1. But, how do we get yung signs and operations? So, pag pababa siya, that is positive. So, positive to. Pag pataas naman, that will be negative. So, yan yung sinusunod sa diagonal scheme method. Pag pababa yung diagonal, positive. Pag pataas, negative. So, this is positive and this is negative. So, kailangan mo siyang isubtract. So, this will be equal to 6 minus 4 and the determinant will be 2. Or, lagyan natin ng the determinant of matrix A is equal to 2. So, that is how you do the diagonal scheme method. Now, paano naman kung 3 by 3 yung matrix natin? That is for 2 by 2 matrix. Paano naman kung 3 by 3 yung matrix natin? So, ang gagawin natin is, ganun pa rin, but we copy the first two columns dito. So, this will be equal to 3, 2, and 1. Tapos, 1, 8, and 2. Ayan. And then, we can proceed to the method. Okay, so unahin muna natin yung pababa. That will be 3, 8, 3. Tapos, okay, ito na lang. So, pababa muna tayo. This is the diagonal. First diagonal, second, and then third. And pag pababa, yung sign will be positive. Okay? Pagpataas naman, ito, magsisimula ka dito. Yan. 1, 2, and then 3. And our sign will be negative. Okay? Okay, so let's do the computation. So, i-multiply lang natin each element na nadaanan ng diagonal. So, unahin natin si positive. So, this will be 3 times 8 times 3 plus positive 1 times 0 times 1 and then plus 4 times 2 times 2. Tapos, sunod natin si pataas which is si negative. So, negative 1 times 8 times 4 minus 2 times 0 times 3 and then minus 3 times 2 times 1. And then, we can simplify to get the determinant. So, this will be equal to 3 times 8 times 3. That is 24 times 3. 72. This is equal to 72. And this will be equal to 0 as well as this one. So, 4 times 2 times 2, that is 16. 1 times 8 times 4, that is negative 32. And 3 times 2 times 1, that is negative 6. And solving for this one, the determinant of matrix B is equal to 50. Okay? So, kapag 2 by 2 matrix and 3 by 3 matrix, kaya yan ng calculator ninyo. If you are using yung FX991ES Plus. Okay? So, gawin nyo lang is mode 6, 1, and then choose kayo ng size ng matrix ninyo. For number 1, we have 2 by 2. So, select natin si 2 by 2, that is 5. And then, input natin yung mga elements. So, that is 2, 1, 4, and 3. Then, press AC. Tapos, shift 4, 7 to get the determinant. And then, shift 4 kung anong matrix yung kukunin mo. For this case, matrix A. So, press 3. Then, press equals. So, yung answer niya will be the determinant, and that will be 2. You can try that while watching the video. And for letter B, try nyo na lang din sa calculator ninyo. Okay? So, minors, given element of the determinant of the matrix A. A new determinant of order obtained by removing all elements of one row and one column. So, minor is denoted by M sub Mn. So, example tayo para mas maintindihan. We have matrix A that is a 3 by 3 matrix. So, hanapin natin si minor of element A11. Element A11 which is C9. So, ang ginagawa dito is you choose an element tapos tatanggalin mo yung perpendicular sa kanya, yung isang row and isang column na nakatapat sa kanya, which is si first column. Okay, so this is what you selected. And then si first row. Okay, so in computing the minor of A11, so M11 tayo. This is equal to, minor niya is yung mga natira. So this one. Okay, so this will be the minor of element in A11. So that is 4, 6, 2, and 3. Now, if we are going to look for the minor of element in M12, M12 natin is C2. Okay, so M12, that will be, so matatanggal to, and of course this one. So we will be left with 7, 5, and 2, 3. So that is how to look for minors. Now, for M13, this is, okay, so ito naman yung sinelect natin. Tatanggalin natin to and we will be left with 7, 5, 4, 6. Okay, so ganun lang kadali si minor. Now, we try si M21. Okay, try natin si M21. Saan si M21? Row 2. Si ito pala. M12. This is M21. My gosh. This is M21 and this is M31. Try natin si M22. Nasaan si M22? This one. Okay, so matatanggal ito and ito. So you will be left with 9, 5, 1, and 3. Okay, so that's how you get the minors of an element. Okay? So cofactor. The cofactor of an element is the signed minor determined by ito yung notation ng cofactor. So, AMN is equal to negative 1 raised to m plus n times the minor of that element. So, we have example here. We are going to get the cofactor of A11 ulit. So, cofactor of A11, that should be equal to A11 is equal to negative 1 tapos 1 plus 1 si m and n times ito si 4, 6, 2, 3. 4, 6, 2, 3. And if you are going to compute sa calculator ninyo kung ano ang determinant nito, that would be 0. Okay? So, i-manual na lang natin. Negative 1 raised to 2, that will be positive 1. So, wag na nating isulat. And then this one, pababa is positive. So, 4 times 3 minus 2 times 6, that will be equal to 12 minus 12. So, this is equal to 0. So, yan yung cofactor ng element dito ng 9 natin, element 11 natin, A11. For A22 naman, so, nasan yung A22? This one, si 4. So, this is equal to negative 1 raised to 2 plus 2 times, ito matatanggal to, we will be left with 9, 5, 1, and 3. So, this will be equal to negative 1 raised to 4, that is positive 1. So, hindi na natin isusulat. And then 9 times 3 minus 1 times 5. So, this is 9 times 3 is 27 minus 5. That will be 22. So, 22 is the cofactor of element A22. Now, last example, si A32 naman. A32 natin, nasaan si A32? That is in the third row and then second column. So, si 2 tayo. So, this is equal to negative 1 raised to 3 plus 2 times, matatanggal yan, that will be 9526. Okay? And computing this one, negative 1 raised to 5, that is equal to negative 1. Multiplied by 9 times 6 minus 2 times 5. So, this will be equal to negative 9 times 6 is 54 minus 10. So, this is equal to negative 54 minus 10, that is 44. So, that is the cofactor of element A32. Okay, so ganun kumuha ng cofactor. Now, yung mga diniscuss natin, let's use that in determining the determinants of a matrix. Okay, so find the determinant using minors and cofactor. We have example number 1 here. Determinant using minors and cofactors. We have a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so unahin natin, iselect muna natin si A11, which is si 5. Ito muna. So, matatanggal si first column and si first row. Okay, so let's try this one. So, in getting the determinants, we use this formula. So, sulat natin si sinelect natin na element, which is determinant of H. This is equal to 5. And then, gamitin natin si cofactor formula. That is negative 1 raised to, this is element 1, 1, A11, so 1 plus 1. And then, multiplied by yung cofactor ng element na yon, which is si 2. And then, subtract natin, or i-add natin, I should say, we add, we select pala this one. Hindi pala ganyan. So, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are selecting this one pala. Si first column. Ito. Okay. And then we have si second element natin, which is si 1. Negative 1 raised to, nasa column 1, row 2 siya. So, 2 plus 1. Okay. And then, multiply natin sa cofactor ni 1, that is equal to 4 kasi matatanggal to. Okay. And then, we simplify. Negative 1 raised to 2 is positive 1. So, 5 times 1 is 5 and then 2. So, that will be equal to 10. And then, negative 1 raised to 3 is negative 1. So, negative 1 times 1, negative 1 times 4, that is equal to negative 4. So, this is equal to 6. Okay. So, yun na yung determinant ng matrix natin. However, let's try to check if ibang element yung kinuha natin. Okay? So, now, let's try. Okay, so let's try naman if we select si first row. Okay, this one. si 5 and 4. Okay, so this will be equal to the determinant of H is equal to 5 times negative 1 raised to 1 plus 1 kasi first element pa rin naman siya. And then 2 multiplied by 2 sa minor niya, and then plus 4 times negative 1. This is row 1 and column 2. So 1 plus 2 times, pag tinanggal natin yan, minor niya will be si 1. And this is equal to negative 1 raised to 2 is 1. Then we multiply it with 5 and 2. That will be equal to 10. And then negative 1 raised to 3, that is negative 1. Times 4, that is negative 4 times 1, that is negative 4. So this will be equal to 6, which is the same sa nakuha natin sa first selection natin ng element. Okay, so now let's try to select another element, which is C1. Okay, let's try naman si 1. 1 and 2. Yan. Si 1 and 2 naman. Okay. So, the determinant of our matrix A, that will be equal to 1 times negative 1 raised to, this is in row 2 and column 1, so 2 plus 1, multiplied by 4. That is its minor. And then plus 2 times negative 1 raised to, this is in row 2 and column 2, so 2 plus 2. And then minor niya will be C, 5. So this will be equal to negative 1 raised to 3 is negative 1 times 4, that is negative 4. And then negative 1 raised to 4 is positive 1 times 2, that is positive 2 times 5. Then this will be equal to 10. So we have 6 as its determinant. So pare-pareho lang. And then for the last selection, we try C4 and 2. Yan, si 4 and 2 naman. Okay. So, the determinant of H is equal to 4 times negative 1. This is in row 1 and column 2. So, 1 plus 2 multiplied by 1 as its minor. So, 1. And then plus 2 times negative 1. This is in row 2 and column 2. So, 2 plus 2 times 5 as its minor. So, negative 1 raised to 3 is negative 1 times 4. That is negative 4. Negative 1 raised to 4 is positive 1. So, that is positive 10. 2 times 5 is positive 10. And we get 6. Okay. So, pinatunayan ko lang na kahit ano yung piliin mo na element, you will arrive with the same determinant. So, sa next examples natin, isang selection na lang, isa or dalawang selection na lang yung gagawin natin. And sa exam naman, you can choose only one. Okay?